In this video, I'm going to show you how to use Perplexity AI's academic search, which just searched published academic papers. And so I'm just going to say health benefits of sauna, because I've heard that there are health benefits of sauna that have been studied in academic papers, but I haven't actually read any of these papers. So I'm going to ask it to look at a couple different things. So there's a couple different sources only cited by NIH, right? And we have kind of a breakdown answer, the very kind of ChatGPT style that says, hey, this probably lowers the risk of cardiovascular mortality according to these studies, right? So we'll go look at it. We got PubMed, NIH, great. We're getting that. Can I say, give me academic papers from sources outside of NIH. So I'm going to ask for just different sources. See what else I can get. Let's see. The search did not return relevant academic papers from sources outside of NIH. So I think that's basically the only source that has them. But what we could do is we could always try to query something like that and get to a point where we're getting information from somewhere that's not that. So we could ask for something like papers on the use of vitamin C and any health benefits associated. So I'm going to run that. I think that we should be able to get something more than NIH. It would be interesting to see. Oh, I had Semantic Scholar. Let's open this up. So I've got another source here. Cool, right? We've got some papers. Great. And then here's a breakdown of what these papers actually say. So I could say even, can you write a one paragraph summary of these papers findings on vitamin C benefits. Okay, so not only can I say do this research for me, but I can also say give me some summed up statements, right? So here's kind of the breakdown here. It says the findings collectively suggest that vitamin C intake and supplementation are associated with a range of health benefits. Cool, right? And so then down here, I've got some other cool things. I have some related questions. What are the potential health benefits of vitamin C intake? What are the potential risks of taking vitamin C supplements? I think that's really cool. So let's see what the risks are. We'll break that down. And they'll say, okay, there's potential kidney stones. There's some mixed animal results, but overall, this is querying all these papers, and it's kind of providing you with this information that there's maybe an association between vitamin C and kidney stones. And you can say, you could ask a direct question: are there any findings that suggest vitamin C has negative impact on heart health? And so we'll just ask it to query that specific question, and it says, hey, yeah, I looked at all these papers, and basically the answer is no. So just a really cool way to kind of explore and get sources, outputs from only academic papers. So to kind of show you what Google will provide, just as a contrast. So here's what Google would look like. We would just have everything broke down. We wouldn't really have any sort of indication of what was or wasn't strictly a published paper, an academic paper. We would just kind of have everything here. So there's just kind of, I think right here is an article. Here's a couple different things. Here's Oregon State University. This may or may not be an actual, paper right here. And if we ever wanted to expand outside of just the academic papers, we could always say search videos and go and look at some videos on vitamin C. We got one guy right here that says scam, blah, blah, blah. We got different things here that, aren't strictly academic, but we're just kind of supplementing in whatever we want to know about this topic right here. So another prompt that we could do, just for an example, is ask, are there any academic papers that discuss peptides and what the benefits of peptides are and what the most beneficial ones are? So we're looking for a couple different pieces of information here. Specific peptides, what they actually do, and and it's saying that it didn't return relevant academic papers. However, based on existing knowledge, right, peptides are known for various benefits. So I'm actually going to say what specific knowledge, or what existing knowledge, do we have any more information? And then there's a variety of just different related answers here, right? So we can go and we can dive into this kind of however we want. And we could do a couple different things. Like if we ever wanted to rewrite these, we could dive into using the Copilot, which gives you like a much more accurate and thorough kind of search experience. It kind of helps ask some qualifying questions. You've got this experimental, I think this is kind of like where they're kind of merging Claude and GPT, or kind of just warping their own LLMs together. And you have GPT and Claude. These are large language models, and they're basically leveraging both of them inside of this search here for you to find answers with. Just for another example, I'm going to say, find me an academic paper on the effect of altitude on, or elevation on overall health. And it looks like we're not really getting anything through here, so maybe that keyword didn't work, but it will tell you, give you that kind of breakdown. Also, the related stuff, I'm going to just click this one. This is basically my initial question, and it breaks down all these answers here, and then I could say, what papers tell us that this is true? And here we go. We actually have some results here. So the effects of exercise, something about lilium plants. Not sure why that is it's relevant, to be honest with you, but right here we have the effects of exercise intervention in postmenopausal obese women. It's very specific. So I do think they have a little bit of work to do on this one, specifically for the academic research papers, but you can see that you're able to get some pretty cool ways to interact with data sets, or just any of these papers in general, and you will limit your search just to the papers themselves, which I think is probably the more powerful thing. Now I'm going to go back to this prompt, but I'm going to turn on the Copilot, and I'm just going to turn it back to kind of search everything, but I'm going to kind of show you what that sort of looks like. So I typed in health benefits of daily sauna usage, Copilot, it went and searched the web. It gave these 3 sources plus 5 more. One of them looks like it's a academic paper, so we're kind of getting that blended into our experience anyways, which is something that kind of all search engines are kind of used to, but we are getting a much better and more robust answer right here. So we have all these kind of highlights and a very just typical, if you're used to using ChatGPT, sort of very typical experience, kind of typical output here. But what's cool is we have right in here, we have citations in here. So for respiratory benefits, there's a citation here. We can click on that. And so we're going over here to the School of Medicine, which has this breakdown where it's talking a lot about kind of in general, just different sauna usage benefits. But it was cited under respiratory, so I'm sure there's something in there. I think that over time, we'll see better contextualization of, zooming straight to the excerpt that was relevant, as opposed to just taking you to the general page, right? But see, I can click on any of these. Cool, I've got that one again. A lot of citations of this. It would really be nice to see the links right here, but that's okay. I guess it kind of is what it is at this point. I think that they'll eventually probably make these links, probably when you hover over them, it'll probably generate a little thing where you can see the link. But that's kind of what the Copilot looks like. We're getting definitely a little bit more of an enhanced experience. I think for certain questions, it probably is more beneficial to use Copilot than others. But anyhow, I hope this was helpful to give you a idea of what it is to use the academic paper search inside of Perplexity. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and throw any comments that you have for any sort of information you'd like to learn about this or any other AI tools, and I'll definitely try to make a video for you.